Hey flower fam, welcome back to the garden. Man, not much time has gone by, but things sure have been a-changing here in the garden. Just taking a quick kind of large view look of our tulips. And wow, they have totally exploded in growth. By the way, everybody who ordered tulips from me, shipping, it's in the mail. It should be there by now. Hopefully all went well. I recorded this video after I packed those boxes. But wow, there are so many beautiful things happening here in the garden. You can tell that I am insanely obsessed, with double tulips. Double tulips are my absolute favorite. These ones, these pink ones here that are totally gorgeous. These are drumline. These are some of the ones that got shipped to you guys. Hopefully they arrived good or arrived well, whatever. They are just beautiful kind of pink red tone, kind of somewhere in between with this white edging. They are very, very similar, I find personally, to Columbus tulip, but a little more red and a little less cream colors. Very, very beautiful nonetheless. Also, continuing to take a look around things that are blooming. This white one is called Canton Candy, and this purple one, I'm not quite sure what the name of that one is. This is Blushing Beauty. It's a lily type of tulip. I know I'm kind of rushing through the things that are growing, but we're going to do a whole tulip tour. Don't worry. A very long extended version tulip tour. That's one of my favorite things to do here on the channel are the extended tours. A favorite thing. I always appreciate so much when you guys watch those too. Here's a look down the main length. Here's those green wave tulips that you might remember from the last video where I was like, ooh, I can't wait to see what these look like. And they're pretty cool. They're kind of scraggly. They're not like a traditional double tulip. They're kind of like have petals shooting off everywhere. They opened very, very quickly. Ideally, I like to kind of pick tulips before they fully open. But a lot of these are just bursting open with the warm sunshine, which is absolutely fine with me because I'm just going to be giving a lot of these away anyway. These yellow ones, these bright yellow ones, are the Akabono. I guess that's how you say it. I'm not quite sure. You can see they're yellow, and they have that unique little edging of bright red on there that I think is so pretty. The daffodils are also continuing to open, and we've got some real beauties in there. That middle row, I don't know if that middle row is just full of late daffodils or if that middle row is struggling. Do you see that middle row? It's like nothing's blooming in the middle row. I don't know what's going on. Have I created some kind of weird microclimate in the middle right there by the other two rows? I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. If you have any suggestions, let me know. The anemones are pretty much finishing up, by the way. I should mention, I know we're not to the anemones talking about those yet, but here are some more of the daffodils. Up front right there you have the replete daffodil, which is insanely fragrant, and this bright one up front, this yellow one, is called Sailor Man. It's actually a split cup, but it is so frilly and ruffly that it looks like it's trying to be a double. This is Flower Surprise. This one was a surprise. This one is hands down one of my favorites. Here's another view just kind of looking towards the hoop house in my small little backyard here. Bridal Crown has also started blooming this week, which is insane. And the Pink Charm. You can really see a pattern with the selections that I made with my favorite daffodils. There are lots of creams and lots of pinks. I don't know what it is about those peachy salmon colors. I just cannot get enough of them. I don't know if I have been just influenced by social media or if that's what I really like. I don't know, but I think they are stunning. This little cupped one is art design. Just looking towards the other end of the daffodils down there, I realize I am going to have to probably dig these up and replant these somewhere else if I'm going to ever have space in my garden again. I don't know how I'm going to manage all of this stuff. Either way, here's a little sneak peek of what we have in store for the Daffodil full tour that we're going to be doing. That video is shaping up to be awesome. I'm really excited about that. I know I've been talking about it for weeks now, but here are the anemones. As I mentioned, you can see they're kind of starting to wrap up their season. The flowers are a little bit more sparse. I'm still cutting them, but fewer and fewer blooms are coming back. And you know, that's to be expected. You can only expect so many flowers from these little corms that we are growing them from, obviously. And the weather has warmed up quite a bit. And you know, while I hate the idea that I'm going to have to take these out of the garden, it's just one of those things that, you know, I have to replace them with something else. Their time has come. I've especially enjoyed this pastel mix with the purples. My favorite, hands down. Here's a look down the hoop house. Lots and lots of growth. I'm going to be taking those hoops off the ranunculus very soon, and I'm probably going to be opening up the hoop house, taking the plastic off, so the next time you see it, there's a good chance that that plastic will no longer be there and we'll have a completely open hoop house. Floret's chocolate ranunculus were actually the first ones to bloom this year. You can see they're not really a chocolate color. They're more like a dark red, but either way, they're still very, very pretty. Don't get me wrong. I'm not being a hater. I really love them. Lots of blooms from the tiger mix coming up behind those. And lots of weeds sneaking in there too. You can probably see my weeds in this video, but that's fine. You know, I'm just a person. The Icelandic poppies are starting to burst open. We had a lot of trouble with wind, so unfortunately a lot of these are just laying all over the ground. I am going to go through and kind of deadhead them and clean this patch up very soon. I might even put a layer of horizontal trellis netting down. I'm still undecided about that, so if you have any experience with that, let me know. The pansies are still looking good, guys. I love the pansies. I'm so sorry. I know you're probably tired of it. I just love these pansies. These are easily my favorite pansies. We also had our very, very first calendula bloom open up. This is Kinglet Apricot, I believe, is the variety that this is. And the stems are still very, very short, but hopefully as they continue to open up and bloom, they'll get taller and taller. The Dutch irises are looking really, really good, and we have our first evidence that some of them may be starting to bloom soon. When they start to bloom, they get flat. You can see these things have turned flat. These blades have turned flat, and you can see that flower in there, and they're just starting to peek out of the top. I am so eager to see some of those and really see what we've got going on this season. And that's about it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I am so appreciative. I really am. As always, be sure to leave a comment down below. I love to know what you guys think. Was it helpful? What experiences do you have? I'm always learning from the comments, which I really, really love. As always, if you're not a subscriber and you like this video, be sure to hit the little subscribe button, hit the little bell. The bell tells you whenever we make new videos. It's a great way to keep up with the channel and grow just our little gardening community here. As always, all the links to everything is down in the description below. Our link to Patreon and our YouTube memberships is there. It helps support the channel. It helps me pay for things like blog fees, and occasionally I get help with editing, which is really, really helpful because let's face it, I am not the most tech savvy person on the planet. But I am trying to keep learning and keep making our videos better. There's also a link to the blog. Oftentimes you can check out the blog and there will be more information and more pictures about the thing that I've talked about in the video, just because sometimes it helps for me to write down that information and kind of organize it much better. As always, feel free to share this video with a friend. It helps us so much when we grow the channel. I hope that you're having such an incredible day, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.